So, okay, hello, hello everyone. Does someone see me or hear me? Please, if you see me, if you hear me, please write something in the chat. And does my voice is clear? So, okay, let's start. Please write something in the chat. Does my voice is clear? My voice clear? Здравствуйте, здравствуйте, Денис. Меня хорошо слышно? Хорошо слышно, хорошо видно, да? Окей, Рафик, hello. Слышно, видно, все отлично. Супер. Так. Вот я сейчас смотрю, мне кажется, задержка примерно 5 секунд. У меня задержка идет. Отлично. Okay, so let's start. Please help me with your hints, with your analysis. Also, I will try to read the messages in the chat and answer to them. So, okay, let's start. I've got a puzzle. The rating is over 2800. Сегодня плюс 50. Только с вашей помощью, а то я одна не справляюсь. Without your help, I can't manage to raise my rating. My practice shows that it's impossible for me. So, okay, let's start. The black's last move was bishop e7, right? Material is equal. White has 5 pawns. Black also the same. Oh, black has an extra rook. So, what should we do? To win or to make a draw for white? How about knight attacks queen and threatens rook for check? Oh, you mean knight d5? To attack the queen, and then knight c7 to fork the king and the rook. Am I right? That's interesting. Let's analyze that move. Knight d5. Where to go with the queen? I guess it's the not it's the only move, but I also at first glance I also was calculating this move. Knight d5. What if they take queen d4? Queen d4. Oh, after queen d4 we can check. The only move king d8 and then knight e6 to fork them, the king and the queen. So they needn't take on d4. For example, queen g5 also doesn't work. Knight d5, queen g5. Also, again, knight c7 check, king d8, and again, knight e6 with a fork. Am I right? Hello everyone. С вашей помощью будет минус 50. Не, я думаю, все-таки взгляд со стороны более так ясный взгляд бывает со стороны. Так что давайте, помогайте, пожалуйста. So, knight d5, queen d4 and queen g5 doesn't work. What to do? Knight d5. Where to go with the queen? Nowhere. Okay, queen d2, knight c7, king d8. Also, I don't want to take. Maybe we can manage knight e6. Why not? Maybe knight d5. Yes, Rafik, we calculate this move, really. It's very interesting move. Knight d5, queen d2. We understood that queen d4 and, sorry, queen g5 doesn't work because of knight c7, king d8, and knight d6 with a fork, and with a queen's win. So knight d5, for example, queen d2, knight c7, king d8, knight d6. If king e8, can we at first take on g7 in order to remove this pawn from the board, then king d8 to return knight d6. So many arrows. I just wanted to check from h5, and there is no pawn on g7, but then they can play king d7. Okay, let's calculate one more time. Then bishop b5, knight d5, queen d2, knight c7 check, king d8, knight d6, king c8. I think it will be discovery check with a soon checkmate. Am I right or I am wrong? Help me, please. Okay, let's calculate one more time. Knight d5. Why queen d2? Let's calculate queen h6. Knight c7, king d8, knight d6, king e8, knight g7, knight g7, king d8, knight d6. I don't want to make a draw with a repetition. What if to play knight d5? Oh, they can play queen h6. I wanted to take on g7 after queen d2. Knight d5, queen d2, and I wanted to take here. Immediately to take on g7 I don't want because of castle and protection to to this rook. I think that knight d5 is the right move here. Knight d5. Okay, let's play knight d5 and to see how they will continue. Not to lose. Then knight takes bishop. Really? Knight takes bishop. Knight takes bishop. Bishop f7. Let's play knight d5, then we will see. Not to lose. Все, в партии я не думаю, конь d5 слепил. Ну, может быть и правильно. Зачем так долго думать, да? Why to calculate so long? Did the black king already move? I think no. Let's check it. So, no. So they can castle. Now they can't because these squares are under attack. But okay, let's play knight d5 to see how they will continue. That's great. And queen h6. At first I was thinking about this move, but then I realized that queen h6 may be much more better because then I can't take on g7. Queen h6. Then knight c7 or e7. Knight c7, king d8, knight e6, king e8, knight g7, again to return to d8, knight e6, king e8, and what to do next? There is no winning variation. Oh god, okay. Knight c7, king d8. I feel that this maneuver is right. Then knight a8, just to take the rook. Maybe you are right. I just want to try to find the checkmate idea. Вилка конем. Почему неправильно? Too much time consuming. But what to do? I want to calculate correctly. It's not an easy puzzle. Knight takes bishop. Why, Rafik? Explain, please. Why? And what to do next? For example, knight e7. Okay, check. King d8. And then they have an extra rook. I think that knight c7 is right, but I don't know how to continue. Knight e6, king e8. What if then we play d5? Why not? To attack this knight, to remove from here, knight e5, and then bishop b5 with a checkmate. Not a checkmate, but knight c6. And then we can take this knight. Why not? Knight c7, king d8, knight e6, king e8, and d5. Positionally, this continuation is winning, I think, for white. No? Knight c7, then take the rook. I don't want to take this rook to waste the time. Maybe you are right. I don't know. Okay, let's play knight c7. Конь берет слона. А что потом? Что дальше-то? Okay, we take. What to do next? Knight e7. Just bishop b5, knight c6, and then d5. Maybe. It's also very interesting. Knight e7. King e7 doesn't work because rook f7, king d8, and queen d7 with a checkmate. Am I right? Knight e7, knight e7, bishop b5, king d8, queen d7, checkmate. Knight c6, d5. D5? Oh, no. D5. It's again a winning position for white. Or they can continue a6. a6, d takes c6, a takes b5, c takes b7, rook b8, queen c8 check. That's awful, of course. It's a too long variation for me. I can't calculate correctly. I can do fork, but I don't want to take the rook. Just not to waste the time. Taking the rook in a8 is with a lot of attacks after. Okay, let's play knight c7, then we will decide. Knight c7 is... Okay, so it means that Rafik and Denis were right. Knight e7. Ah, I lost 24 points. Okay. Okay, so let's take knight e7. What to do? Knight e7 was correct. Okay, so it means bishop b5, knight c6, d5, a6, d takes c6, a takes b5, c takes b7, rook b8, queen c8 check, king e7, king e7, rook e1 check, for example, king f7. Oh, we can check from c7, queen c7. If king up, then we can take the rook on b8. If king down, then we can king f6, king f6, queen d6. I think there we can find checkmate threatment. Bishop b5. Okay, let's play bishop b5. Then d5, right? d5. Maybe rook e1. So interesting. Rook e1, king f8. Oh no, d5. Really, d5 is the best move, I think. d5, a6, takes, rook b8, queen c8, king e7, rook e1, king f7, queen c7. Then we will decide. Okay, I'm playing d5. Oh, and it's over again. I wanted to continue. Can I move on the board? a6. Let's continue. Takes, queen c8, king e7. Check from here, queen c7. If here, then we can take. If down, then we can... Oh, can we check from here? Yes, let's check from d6, not from e7, right? If here, rook e7 here. Oh, even rook e6. Not to take, just my rook will be under attack. Rook e6 and then to take here, or check from this. Oh, I don't know. Okay, maybe we can take on h6 and to have a winning position. So if down, then rook e5, king g4, h3. Am I right? King h4, queen d4 check, and rook e3 check, king f2. Line checkmate. Okay. Queen d7. Where? Queen d7 checkmate. Where? Queen e7 maybe you mean. Queen e7. Messi or Ronaldo? I don't, please don't spam on in the chat. I don't understand football. Really, please don't write. Black can take your bishop because it's mate in 1. Queen d7 mate. Just a second, please. I want to understand where. Oh, yes, you're right. Really? Oh, that's good. That's interesting. Very great puzzle. So why not knight c7? Okay, I failed. Knight e6 here, then d5. What is the difference? Because if they play knight e5, bishop b5, no, if knight d7, then again check and queen d7 with a checkmate. d5, maybe they could... I don't see any protection for black. We just want to take. Okay, they will have an extra quality still, but Anyway, white's position is winning. No? Oh, okay. It's puzzle solving. I have that right to calculate too long because when I play with the viewers, there is no much time to think, to calculate. But I like to calculate very much. So, okay, what can I say? If it's boring for you, so good luck. D5. I don't know. Maybe I missed something. Maybe they could just play King C8, Knight C5, discovery check. Ah, and just to escape. I thought that I can play Queen D7 onto checkmate, but okay. It's their turn and they can take the knight on C5. Unfortunately. Yes, right. I missed that King C8 and Knight C5 and there is no danger for the black's king. I missed this moment. Okay, that was great. Knight D7, so okay, Knight D7, Knight D7, Bishop B5, Knight C6 and just D5 with a winning position. Okay, let's go forward. So, the next puzzle. Let's read the messages and to continue. So my rating now 27, 90, yes, 96. Здравствуйте. Hello everyone. Okay, Queen C3. The last move was Queen C3. What do they want to do? Just a simple move. They went with their queen under attack. 5 points for white, 5 points for black. What if we play h6? Oh, yes, Rafik. I've just seen your message. h5, I mean, h6 I told. h5. To open the black's king, right? h5. If they protect, Queen d3. So I will do my best to make a right move. When did I call customer? Sorry, what's that? When did I call customer service? So h5, Queen d3. Can we continue Queen f6 or h6? Which one is better? Maybe at first Queen f6. h5, Queen d3, Queen f6. Now we want to play either h6 or h takes g6, right? But they can continue Queen f5. h5, Queen d3, Queen f6, Queen f5, right? Queen f5. No, I don't like that position. h5, Queen d3, one more time. Immediately to take h takes g6. Okay, if they take with the queen, so we can just go back, right, to pin. If they take with the pawn, right, you're right. Queen d3, h takes g6, f takes g6, and just then Queen f6. You're right. and we want to take on g6, or we want to take here and to win a rook, right? Yes, you are right. Okay, let's play. Really, I think h5 is the only move here. Oh, queen e3, something new. So we don't have time to take on g6, right? Okay, queen f6, we can leave our rook under attack because we want to take here and to checkmate. What if queen f6? Queen c1, h takes g6. Am I right? Queen f6. I'm playing. No, I feel after queen f6 they can play queen h6. No, but after if a5. Just a second, please. I want to read the messages because you will move your queen and the rook will pin the king. I want to play queen f6. A poor tricky move. Really? Do you use an engine? Queen f6, queen h6, and rook h4. Rook h4, and we want to take here. But they can play rook c4, right? Rook c4 and trade the rooks. Maybe you're right, f4 is the right move. But I hope you don't use an engine. f4, f4, queen c1, then all in on black king. You are right. I also don't see any protection for black. Okay, let's play f4. Like Paul Morphy. What your rating is? Oh, f4 is not correct. Okay, but why f4? How to protect from f4? Maybe they could just play queen e4 to protect here. But okay, again we could take and then to play queen f6. Why not? I don't understand. Maybe rook f4. Again we want to take ладья c2. Ладья c2, rook c2, rook c2, and then queen d8, king g7, takes, but they can check from h6, and then to check from c1. I don't know. That's okay, don't worry, it's just a rating. But it's very interesting. After f4, queen e4, maybe queen e4 and they could protect. I'm not sure, but maybe. Queen f6, let's calculate one more time. Queen f6, queen h6, rook. Oh, can we take rook g6 to distract this pawn? Then queen e6, check, king d7, queen c8, or at first queen d7 to push back the black's king, then to take with a check, and then to take on c2. Why not? Let's try. Queen f6. Again, rook move. So, okay, maybe rook f4 is really rook f4. I'm shocked, but why queen f6 is not correct? Okay, after solving, let's turn on the engine to figure out why f4 is wrong, why queen f6 is wrong. Maybe queen e7. Queen e7. Can't understand. Rook f4. Again, wrong move. Takes, check, here, takes. Rook b1. No, rook c2. Rafik also offered that move, rook c2. No, not Rafik. Denis offered this move, if I'm not mistaken. Потом шах ферзем. А что дальше-то? Ферзь d8. King g7. No. Rook c2, queen d8, king g7, queen f6. Just turn to take. Really? Maybe you are right. You were right. Let's take. Yes, you were right. Shame on me. I did not believe you. Okay. Let's check, then to check. You were right. Вы были правы, Денис. Я прошу прощения. Я вам не поверила. But why not? Let's check it. So, at first, h5 was the right move. Then, let's open. Do you see? Do you see? Rook c2 is the only winning move. It's interesting. How? Just a second, please. Yes, I also can't believe. So rook c2 is the only move. If f4, it's a draw. Queen c1 takes f5. No, rook h3. f5 also, closing the lines. And rook h3. She takes h3, queen d2. Rook g2, queen g2. That's impossible for me. Okay, it was about pawn f4, right? Let's try rook f4. Here white will lose. Queen c1. H takes g6. Just to take. I forgot about this pawn, that they in anywhere they can sacrifice their queen and just to have another new queen. And let's check this move. Maybe again it would be the same. Queen c1. No, here I wanted to take with the pawn and I would lose. H takes g6, queen h6, rook h4, and again they would take on h4 and just to have another new queen. Okay, really, I'm shocked. Rook c2, check from f6, king g8, and here, right? Queen h6, and maybe king g3, just to hide behind the pawns and the rook. Yes, very difficult for me too. Very, very difficult. Okay, now I have two lost puzzles. So what to do? Let's concentrate. Let's go forward. Okay, hello everyone. F4 wasn't the best move, but not bad. Yes, but it was a draw position after F4, unfortunately. Why to make a draw if we can win, right? Okay, let's concentrate. And black's last move was a6, right? Material 7 pawns for black, 5 for white. So black has 2 extra pawns. But okay, their king is open, right? So we can use it. How to use it? Maybe knight f6. At first glance I see this move. Bishop f6, queen g6 check. Just to try to use this spin. Knight f6 takes, queen g6. If here, then queen h6. The question is where to put the knight in a4. Maybe we can play knight g5. Why to check? Because after this check, they can transfer their bishop to g7 and to protect their king, right? If we play knight g5, also we want to checkmate from h7. And we attack on f7, am I right? With 3 pieces. Hayem, ayo, hayem. Hello. Knight g5. H takes g5. Queen g6. King h8. Well, we can take on f7. And we want to checkmate from h6. If they take, rook f7 and to checkmate from h7. Knight g5. If bishop takes, queen g6, king h8, king h8. Can we transfer another knight? Knight g5 takes, check here. And what to do then? Bishop f7, but there is no threat, checkmate threat. Help me, please. I don't know what to do here. Knight g5 one more time. Bishop g5. Rook can come help if you do that right move. How to help? Oh, really, Rafik, you're right. After knight g5, you mean? Knight g5, bishop g5, bishop c2. If they close, f5. Rook f7. Just a second, please. Knight f6, in order to attract this bishop to f6, to block this pawn, just then to play bishop c2. Am I right? Knight f6, they have to take, and just now bishop c2. And we want to checkmate from h7. Rook f7, queen g6, king h8, and there is no continuation, unfortunately. After that, rook f7, queen g6, king h8, and how to checkmate? The problem is that there is no checkmate there. But now, knight f6 in this variation, bishop c2, they have to play rook e8 to clear a square for their king, right? Hello, thank you so much. Rook e8, queen h7, king f8, king f8, again, and there is no checkmate there. So knight g5 or knight f6, king escape on e7. The problem is that even I can't check from h8 because of this bishop. If I could check from h8, I would be very happy because I have another rook. But the bishop is on f6. No, then queen checks, then rook takes bishop. Rook takes bishop, queen takes rook. Knight f6. The king in situation of check. Bishop f6. Bishop c2. Rook e8. Rook e8. Queen h7. King f8. If move, you can checkmate. How? Rafik, please write the whole variation. I don't see that checkmate. The rook is a killer, I believe. So many hopes with that rook. Everything happens. Let's play knight f6. I don't know. Queen c3 under attack. Let's play knight f6. I am ready today to lose in every puzzle. Okay, let's. I mean, rook e8. They will clear a square for their king, and after queen h7, they will escape. King f8. Right? But okay, let's check from f6. I'm ready for the lose. That's right. Followed by queen g6 check. What if they close with the bishop? And I don't see any checkmate. They will close with the bishop and there is no checkmate idea there. I think bishop c2 is the right move here. Bishop c2. Let's calculate one more time. Rook e8. Queen h7. King ef8. Okay, queen h7. King f8. Maybe knight e4 there. We just sacrificed the piece, right? A minor piece. Let's play bishop c2. Rook e8. Queen h7. Or some prophylactic move. Let's try to find a prophylactic move, then continue. Queen h7. Queen h7, king f8. Но так там же слон на f6 перекрывает дорогу ладьи. Вот поэтому я думаю, queen h7, king f8, then knight e4 to attack the bishop. If bishop goes somewhere, then from h7, queen f7 with a checkmate. Take with rook. Here is a queen. After knight check, immediately call queen. But I think I calculated that variation. Now bishop c2 was the right move. Queen a7, let's check. And now I think knight e4 is correct move to attack this bishop, to try to push from here. Bishop g7. Oh, they can play bishop g7. Oh, but okay, bishop g7 we can take on f7, right? Now queen checks g. All these squares are under control after queen's check. If queen h6, then bishop g7. I think knight e4 is correct. Knight e4, bishop g7, rook f7, king takes, and we have another rook. Check, king e7, queen g7. I'm sure we can make a checkmate there. Let's play knight e4. Эта задача сложнее. Ой, я не знаю. Может быть. No. Not to play knight e4. Take with the rook and king, queen. But if I take with the rook, then they will take with the queen, and to protect on h8. Queen h7. First queen h. Rafik, the queen is on h7. Maybe you mean queen h6. But then bishop g7. They will close. And then rook f7, king f7, rook f1. And then again they can close bishop f6. Queen h7, king e6. Oh my god. Then maybe we can continue bishop b3. I can't calculate so far. I feel that knight d4 is correct. Then rook f7. Here is an interesting variation. If they play king g8, so okay, queen h6, king g8, bishop h7 here, discovery check here, queen h7 here, and queen f7, right? With a checkmate. But queen h6, they can close. Rook f7, king f7. Rook f1. Bishop f6. Queen h7. The most difficult thing that between two variations I can't choose the better one. But in that position, of course, I was wrong. There weren't two variations. Correct. The problem is that, Rafik, that I can't choose between queen h6 and rook f7 and knight e4. I feel that knight e4 is correct, but also your variation is right. Queen h6, bishop g7, and maybe you are right. Oh god, I don't know what to do. Может, слон g6? Может, не надо еще один вариант мне подкидывать, а то я и так в сомнениях. Queen h6 better. My dear card, thank you so much. Then bring other rook. So I don't know, Rafik. To whom believe? To myself or to you? What to do? Let's play knight e4. I believe in your variation too. Not, don't be offended, please, but I'm choosing knight e4. Knight e4. Let's calculate the last time. Knight e4. We want to take. Okay, they can protect. They can't protect because we can take rook f6, then we can check, and then we can take on f6. Knight e4 is too slow. Oh, let's play knight d4, okay. I'm ready for losing. Oh, okay. So you were right, Rafik. Let's take. Yes, you were right. Rook f7. Okay, Rafik. So what can I say? Blacks can take the knight. They could take the knight with the rook. Knight d4. They could take. Yes, you are right. You are right. Here. Maybe you are right, yes. And then just to play bishop b6. Okay. 3 loses in a row. Knight was good, but passive. Yes, I agree with you. Rafik, you were right. You won. Okay, let's go forward. So I will agree with every your variation. So, Black's last move was king d4, right? h7. What if we play h7? После конь e4 у черных есть вариант, то есть это не... Я согласна, да, я ошиблась. Я почему-то как-то была уверена, что конь e4, хоть и такой, как бы тихий ход, но я думала, что мощный ход, но ошиблась. Okay, let's go forward. King d4. I guess we must push our pawn. h7. They have to play rook a8. Then rook a8. And then maybe king f5 in order to push the black's king. Rafik, too difficult for me. What's that word means? Exaggeration. Can you explain? What is it? So, h7, rook a8, king f5, idea king g6. I agree. Or maybe if they don't play rook h8, so we can have time to push this pawn. Just to play king f5 to push the black's king. If they check from f8, then we can play king g6. King g6, king e4, king g7, and then h8, right? Ah, you are right. Yes, Rafik, you were right, really. Okay, let's play h7. Rook a8, and then king f5. It's also forced, right? King e3. So what to do? I think we must push our pawn. If I play king g6, so king f3, f5, king g3, oh, f6, we can push that pawn too. King f4, f7, king e5, king g7, king e6, f8. g4 doesn't work, right? Rook f8 check, king g6, king f4, king g7, rook goes somewhere, h8 takes, and king g4. Am I right? So that means that king g6 is the only move. g4 doesn't work, king e5 also doesn't work, too far from that pawn. So king g6. I'm playing. I hope to win this pot. Oh, that's great. Plus 31 points. That's great. But it was very easy, this position. Okay, let's go forward. So okay, let's analyze this position. The black's last move. Лаура Палмер. Hello, здравствуйте. Вы же из Беларуси, правильно я помню? Ага. Really, that position was very easy. Okay, queen g4 is the last move for black. Material. Black has a knight against 7, against 2 pawns. Да, значит я правильно помню. Okay, queen g4. How to distract this rook to checkmate from g7? Maybe bishop f7. Queen g4. Bishop f7. Knight h4. Knight h4. And I want to checkmate from here. But okay, we can play rook g3 there. No? Bishop f7, knight h4, rook g3. Or bishop f7. And then we want to take and then to checkmate from g7. Am I right? Rook, bishop f7. If knight f4, it's the same, I think. Again. Ah, no. Ладья g3, бьем коня ладьей. А, сразу ладья g3, да? Immediately rook g3 in order to take the knight. With which idea? Rook g3. If, for example, queen f5, rook g6, queen g6. Or maybe rook g3, queen f5, rook g5. Then we can take here and to checkmate from h5. Am I right? Rook h3. The knight move go back in g3. So many interesting moves. Rook g3, rook h3, bishop f7. So which one is the correct move? Rook g3. So I have no right not to believe in you, Rafik, in your variations. Rook g3. Rook g3. For example, queen f5, rook g5, and then queen h7 and rook h5. Right, why not? Rook g3, queen f4, Rook h3. Right now, rook h3. Rook g3, rook takes the knight. If queen f4, rook g6. Maybe, right. Все завязано, и ладью потом плохо бить на g6 будет. Ох, даже не знаю. Rook h3. Can they sacrifice? Then, I don't know, discovery. Then knight d5. Check, and to take on c4. And to have a rook, 2 minor pieces against the queen. Maybe rook h3, maybe they can sacrifice. I don't know how to continue after rook g3. After rook h3, I think Rafik they can take. I'm not sure, but I guess so. If you play rook g3, queen f5, rook g5, but queen f6, right? And then a square for their king after queen h7, king h7, rook h5, and king g7. You are right. So rook g3, queen f4. No, queen f5. Because after queen f4, we took on g6 and we had 2 extra pawns, right? Rook g3, queen f5. After rook g5, you mean queen f6? Yes. And what if after that rook f1? Queen g7. Okay. Rook h3. They will take, I think, queen h5. Where? Queen h5. Rook g3. Queen f5. Rook g3, queen f5. I don't know. Rook h3, if queen sacrifice, g takes h3, king e5, king h1, knight e5, king h1, knight c4, rook g1, threat, rook g7. What if they play? No, you're right. Just a second, please. Rook h3, takes, check here, takes, rook g1, and you want to play rook g7. What if they play bishop f5? Just to protect on h7. Too complicated. But why not bishop f7? In every variation, I see some protection for black. After bishop f7, I don't see any protection. Queen f4, rook takes, knight. What to do after bishop f7 for black? Move the knight. After bishop f7, we want to take on g8 and then queen g7 to checkmate. Am I right? Hello everyone. Bishop f7. Maybe bishop e6. But okay, we can take rook g8 and then we can play f7, rook f8. They have a piece up. Maybe that's why bishop f7, bishop e6. But again, we can continue queen h3. Rook h3, sorry. rook h3, queen h3, pawn takes, knight e5. Knight e5, bishop g8. Look, bishop f7, bishop e6, and just then rook h3, queen takes, pawn takes, knight e5. Discovery check, but now we can take with the bishop. Bishop g8, rook g8, okay. Let's go to f1, I don't know, to f2. We have a pawn here, and they can't play knight g4 with a fork, am I right? Rook h3 is wrong move. I mean after bishop f7, bishop e6. Bishop f7, let's calculate one more time this move because of knight h4. You mean maybe immediately rook h3, knight h4? So okay, let's take bishop f7, knight h4, knight h4, and just then rook g3. Am I right? Rook h3, queen, sacrifice, g takes, knight e5, king h1, knight c4, rook g7. If bishop f5, then rook takes rook, then g7. Too difficult. Okay, I am playing bishop f7. Do you agree with me? Attack queen with rook. Rook g3. Rook g3. So many interesting variations. I don't know. Let's take on f7. Then a h f5 fork. I am taking on f7. I don't know. Let's try. Oh, it's wrong. Unfortunately, what to do? Today I lost in 4 puzzles. But why? What is the problem with this move? Bishop f7. So, okay, let's try rook g3. Rook g3 was correct. After rook g3, I was thinking about queen f5, then queen f6. So, queen h4. Илья, здравствуйте. Сегодня я все профукала, все позиции просто. Ужас какой. Позор просто. Queen h4. So maybe rook g6. Rook g6, yes. And with 2 extra pawns. Oh, shame on me. Слоном, если пойти, его слон успеет выйти, и ладья откроется. Так я это и думала. Я считала, что I was thinking about bishop f7, bishop e6. I was calculating this variation. And just now, rook h3. I was calculating this variation. Takes, check, here. Oh, no, at first here. And then king f2. I thought that I can win here. Maybe I missed something. Let's check it. Why not bishop f7? Let's check it. Yes. So rook g3 again. It's the only move. Bishop f7. Knight f4. So, knight f4, then rook g3, knight e2. And knight e2. So sorry. Yes, Rafik. Can you imagine? Lots of traps in these puzzles, yes. So, okay, bishop f7 doesn't work. It means that rook h3, rook h3, we were calculating knight h4, right? Or no, knight h4, rook g3. Just a second, please. Rook h3, yes, knight h4, rook g3, knight f5. No, it's everything is right. I was very weak for this puzzle. Okay. Okay, what to do? Rook g3 and rook g6, just two moves. Okay, so what to do? Today I have 4 lost puzzles, right? And just one win puzzle. One puzzle. Okay, I'm not sad. Everything is okay, just a rating. At least I had a great experience today too. So, okay, let's finish for today. Again, Thursday's lives a little bit short lives. You know, I'm running after my daughter, and earlier I can't manage because of my son. I must take him from the school, so that's why I just have an hour 30 minutes to go live. Skewer to Ram Defender. Yes. Окей, thank you so much. Еще задачку. Давайте через недельку, в следующий четверг, в следующий четверг задачки решаем. On Mondays I play with the viewers, and on Thursdays we solve together puzzles. So, okay, see you on Monday. We will play, we will discuss. Of course, we can't manage to discuss such a long variations as we do in puzzle solving, but okay, at least we will try. Next we will go back. I will try. Thank you so much. Okay, take care of you. Thank you so much, and goodbye for today.